A lot of you cave dwellers, I seen this title, some friction between Trump and Netanyahu over disagreement of Middle East conflicts, and my body filled with joy, and I can't even explain them. I dropped down on my knees. And I was like, oh, please let it be some sound of friction. Please let Trump be getting tired of Netanyahu and just completely say, yo, this war got to come to an end. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the Middle East good and situated, and we get oil from them and stuff from them. We ain't got to depend on China. I know we get different things, but it don't even being against Netanyahu once again is not being against the state of Israel. But anyway, we're gonna watch this. I ain't gonna get into it. I just seen this oh my God, it's a chance for the Palestinian people. Trump will make him go to something, because you got the Saudis. He want to be friends with the Saudis. He see that wealth, no wealth, and he yo, look. And they yo, stop that, yo, please. I know you don't want us to support Iran, but you gotta stop that before we talk about anything. That's what I hope the Crown Prince Ben Solomon did. But yeah, let's get into this.
FS also joining us to discuss more on all this is Washington Bureau Chief for USA Today, Susan Page, and former Deputy Assistant Secretary of State Joel Rubin. Yamiche, the president chose 3 Middle Eastern countries for his first major foreign trip. Why these countries, and what is the goal?
Well, it's a very interesting question. I want to remind people that he's going to Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates. And I say those 3 countries because it's important to kind of underscore exactly where he's going, because from my understanding and talking with White House officials and based on my reporting, he's really looking to make deals, and all kinds of deals, business deals, nuclear deals, oil deals. The president is trying to go there and interface with these Middle Eastern leaders to essentially come back and be able to say, look, the United States is getting something out of this trip. It's also interesting because he did also go to the Middle East for his first trip during his first term overseas, his first major foreign trip. This was seen a little bit as a snub back then to European allies. Often presidents might go to France or to England.
And remember, Trump said that you think the China tariffs, the negotiation was crazy. The UE is about to be crazy. The UK, is about to be crazy because they got a lot of different countries and territories. So he's trying to make us have two rules. We ain't got to depend on no one person.
To see the president do this again, it really shows that in his mind, he believes that he can make these sort of deals that Americans believe he can make in the Middle East. So it'll be very interesting to see how he rolls that all out.
The other big news, and we heard the president touch on this as well, is we're awaiting Hamas's release of Israeli-American hostage Idan Alexander. Here's what we heard from the president on this.
I'm very happy to announce that Idan Alexander, an American citizen who until recently most thought was no longer living, thought was dead, is going to be released in about 2 hours, actually. And he's going to be released before the eyes of Steve Witkoff, who has done a fantastic job.
Yamiche, what do we know about what went in?
Shout out. This is a little side story. The last American held by Hamas to be released. He was released. Go ahead.
The president, maybe in about 45 minutes ago, said it would be in about 2 hours. The president also said this was a step taken in good faith to put an end to this very brutal war. And a Hamas official said that this release is part of efforts to achieve a ceasefire. I also talked to Steve Witt.
Hamas say he wants ceasefire. Trump is in the Middle East. He wants to do business with the Saudis. Saudis don't want to take the Palestinians, so they got to say, look, stop this. Yo, you let go every American over there, so we ain't got no problems with America. Saying, is America trapped? No, it's not. Just do that. Trump going to come visit us. We're going to make it right. I got a good feeling about this, cave dwellers.
Over the weekend. And he told me, of course, he being the special U.S. envoy, he's actually now in Israel to secure this release. He told me that this is really, he believes, a big gesture, that this is a testament, he said, to President Trump's ability to negotiate, but that the family also that is ecstatic to have Idan coming home. But they were all, of course, couching this with the idea that everything will really be okay once he's back in the hands of U.S. officials and his family. So still watching to see exactly when that release happens.
Is it if the U.S. made this deal unilaterally with Hamas?
Yeah, Anna, of course, first and foremost, getting Idan out is a victory for him, for his family. It's a a wonderful moment to see a humanitarian success. There still are 58 more hostages, both deceased and alive, that need to come out, and that needs to be top priority. This negotiation, it's a fascinating dynamic that we're watching right now, but unfortunately, there's no clarity about how this fits into ending this war, getting the hostages.
Because Trump in the United States is talking directly with the Palestinians and Hamas, not going through Israel, and they can lie and say, oh, they didn't respond.
Out and getting relief into Gaza. It seems almost like a one-off. Hamas may be doing what others are doing in the region of providing some type of positive a gift or action to try to take advantage of the fact that President Trump is going to be in the region. So I don't really know if this is going to lead to any further negotiations. And also, without Israel in the room as part of this, it doesn't feel like a sustainable program that we're witnessing. So it's a wonderful moment, but a lot of open questions about how sustainable this is going to actually be.
Susan, NBC News reports there's been unexpected friction between President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu over Iran, over Israel's latest Gaza offensive, over the unilateral U.S. de-escalation with the Houthis. The two leaders spoke by phone today regarding Gaza, but when President Trump heads to the Middle East, he won't meet with Prime Minister Netanyahu. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I think it's notable that Israel is not on his itinerary as he goes to the three Gulf states, and a sign that, to the surprise of some, as you say, there is some friction between the president and Netanyahu. They have been such close allies for so long, but I think there is frustration.
It's been frustration. Before Trump got elected, remember, he used to tell those stories before the Gaza-Israel kicked off about Netanyahu, and like, he was supposed to take down the terrorists with me. And then all of a sudden, we all gathering, and then they just don't show up. Israel pulled out. I don't know why. He never told me.
In the Trump administration, at the difficulty of getting movement on the situation in Gaza in any significant way, Anna.
Wow. That's what I'm talking about right there.
And also, without
recently, most thought
this as well.
Shout out to that young man who made it home right here. Eden Alexander, last living U.S. citizen held in Gaza. Trump steps taken in good faith to put an end to this very brutal war. Hamas release is part of the effort to achieve a ceasefire. So you got Trump and Hamas calling for a ceasefire. Netanyahu by pissing in his drawers, trying to call all his AIPAC alliances and all his Republican and Democrats tickets in. Like, you better get this motherfucker in line. But that's why the people voted for Trump. Because we thought, like, yo, maybe with this being his last term, he won't be beholden to some people. He'd be like, I don't care what you think on the left. I don't care what you think on the right. It's done. It's good for the American people. It's up and it's stuck. I hope this is true. I hope that rift between them just spread even deeper and thicker and nastier, and we get put an end to this war. People lives over politics and political parties. Remember that, cave dwellers. Like, share, subscribe, please, if you made it this far. Like, share, subscribe. We coming with more.